Addressing the gathering, Joel Ssenyonyi condemned the act of disqualifying some of their candidates in certain areas, leaving others unopposed.
Bamanyi nti akalolweno ku ground tebakalina kyovudoola babaagala kukozesa mankwetu nga bali bannaabwe abasalawo okujja abantu mu lwokaano oli n'agamba nti kati abanvuganya kambajje ku register abanvuganya bonna katubajjemu yerangirire ekyo tekigenda kubeerawo wano e Nakawa West.
He appealed to voters to remain peaceful.
Shillings ziddibwa mu ggwanga lino buli mwaka kati kuteebereza tuliyoni 10 ezo enguudo kilomita mmeka aga amalwaliro ameka agwa amala gy'abalema okuzimba bawooza nti wali ssente.
Ugandans, the unstoppable internet deal of deals is here with MTN Wakanet Fiber. Connect your home with our starter pack of 100 Mbps at only 99k. And if you want more speed for less, we've got you. Get the 200 Mbps at only 129k. And the fastest one yet? Enjoy up to 500 Mbps at only 250k. To sign up, use the My MTN app or dial *100 *23#. Offer is valid till the 30th of November for both new and existing subscribers. Together, our connection is unstoppable.
Kabogozi, where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You traveled all the way from Namaguli to get NSSF services. Lekanawe. You walk on the air. NSSF is now everywhere. Come on, I show you.
Come on, the Pacabanda. You can register for NSSF. How contributing your Simate life? Never deep down in the Marara. Make NSSF payments. No Hala Okubekarangala. NSSF sure is not far. But tomorrow Kuhika Gotido. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments and contributions to your Smart Life account to Ubeda. NSSF, a better life.
Muzikuramu kumandika na teranga nyingiro ne banafaba MTN wanji MTN walalo MTN gambachi to get the power to win njagalo ofune lyanyi okuwangula ogenda kuwangula ocha ngenda kubanga bobukadde 10 buli wiki wanji ngenda kubangu kwasa obukadde 10 buli wiki ku simu ye nyinyi kyabonka kimuchoka line ya MTN banabeka buli ogenda okusasula ekintu kyonna ogenda okusasula nja kwese momo obulira buli ogenda okusasula ngwena kyosasula kyonna kozesa momo ozo kwanga ngenda kwewola kasente kozesa momo wanje ogenda kuinvestinga kozesa momo abwe MTN we jamani ne kwa bukadde 10 buli wiki wala kastelyo bimala bwe pa wentandika ngamba kyekiriwo wanje nenkwata ku masimu ngamba halo walirudawa tenze tirinyi halo walirudawa zende guru halo walirudawa ndi mutukula halo oliwa ndi mwanange ndi wano mu office ntudde nyiga ma computer nenkuta awa namwe kasana benesi okuberanga mwana wote koze ebintu n'amanga epeyinze ebolowinze investinze ngekozesa momo. Remember to dial *165# or use the Momo app to borrow, to pay, to invest, and you could stand a chance to win 10 million weekly.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over distraction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
Body of the late Paramount Chief of Lango Yosamoduri B was retrieved from Lira University Teaching Hospital for a special council sitting held at Mayor's Garden in Lira City. The joint council sitting was led by Leptong District Speaker Kenneth Owa.
I'm here to move a motion, Mr. Speaker.
Shortly after the rules were suspended, the body was ushered into the grounds by police pallbearers and received by the council speaker.
The cultural institution was abolished, but it was able to convince the clan leaders, and they accepted that they should get reunited.
Speaker after speaker, they praised the late Wanyasi's resilience, particularly his unwavering pursuit of peace, cultural revival, and cohesion in Lango.
In 1987, Commission Amnesty Commission instituted in Langokan. Yosam became a member of that commission.
The council proposed erecting a Muka statute across the sub-region, creating a Lango cultural constitution, establishing a memorial foundation and a museum in honor of Mzee Yosamoduri B, introducing an annual leadership lecture at Lira University, and seeking government support for his memorial school.
Let us develop Lango Cultural Constitution, not Lango Cultural Foundation Constitution, not Lango Cultural Institution Constitution, but Lango Cultural Constitution, for us to have the good way forward.
His body later left for All Saints Cathedral, Boroboro, for another special vigil, followed by a prayer in Boroboro tomorrow, before an official burial on Saturday in Teboke in Apache District. Born on 26 September 1926, Mzee Odure B was the last surviving of the 4 siblings born to Israeli B. He studied in Iboje, Boroboro, and later Rapa Agricultural College before joining the Ministry of Agriculture as an extension officer. After retiring in 1979, he ventured briefly into politics before eventually returning to serve his community as a clan leader, a path that ultimately led him to the Lango throne. Edi Ulwa, UBC News.
May his soul rest in eternal peace. Now, older persons across the country have been urged to embrace government programs in order to eradicate poverty in their communities. Now, this has been said by Emmanuel Dombo, the NRM spokesperson, who has also pleaded to the government to continue supporting older persons programs during the Older Persons Symposium in Lugogo.
The NRM spokesperson Emmanuel Dombo urged older persons to engage themselves in government programs to eradicate poverty in their communities.
As we go to mobilize for NRM, the older persons have been here longer. They were here before NRM, they have been here when NRM came, they have been here during NRM, and they understand best where Uganda has come from. These people can best propagate the message of NRM to the younger people so that we can build a continuous process. We appreciate them and we are going to support them to ensure that they do this.
The Commissioner for Disability and Elderly, Prosper Muhomoza, highlighted on the need for older persons to inculcate morals on young generation through living exemplary lives to people in communities.
We are from another party or what, we work together and we want to bring them together to forget politics or differences in the region or politics, to come here and we talk as elderly.
Honorable Chebakoza Sulaiman Madada, the chairperson, Central Region Older Persons Cropper, urged members of the public to collaborate with older persons in solving challenges and bridging society gaps between youth and elderly.
We want to use the alternative dispute resolution mechanism in the next 5 years to see how older persons can be re-engaged in settling land matters. And this is acceptable once they have that bit of training. So we are going to work with the Makerere University and other institutions.
Vala Nabasa compiled this report for UBC.
The gender income gap in Uganda remains a serious concern, with new findings showing that women continue to earn significantly less than men across major sectors. Let's hear more in this report.
As part of the 25th Annual Statistics Week celebrations, the Uganda Bureau of Statistics released new gender statistics indicating that women in Uganda continue to face major income disparities, particularly in the informal sector. The inequalities linked to several drivers, including education gaps and high school dropout rates among girls, which limit their opportunities for better paying work.
The women continuously earn less than their fellow counterparts, the men. It's right now around 46%, and this will mean that 46% of the pay women receive is lower than that men receive. But we see the unexplained component that's driving the pay gap more. These are things like patriarchy.
The findings also reveal persistently high rates of gender-based violence, rising youth unemployment, and continued challenges in women's access to essential health services.
Fistula has reduced, which is something good for us in terms of the health of a woman and seeking health in that particular area. Unfortunately, we're also seeing that more girls still drop out of school.
We are looking at persons 6 to 24 years who had never attended school. Surprising, between 6 to 12, where we are expecting someone to be in primary school, 7.5 of the females never attended school, and 8.1 of the males also never attended school.
Government MDAs have been urged to effectively utilize the released data to ensure their policies, planning and budgeting processes are inclusive and responsive to the needs of all Ugandans.
Is committed towards harnessing technology to improve on the quality, speed, turnaround time of processing statistical data. By doing so, we avail to users statistics for effective planning, policy formulation and decision making on time.
Normally just run to it to make constituencies because someone wants to stand. But how much of it, and each time I've been on the campaign trail since primaries, I ask how much of the data is informing the manifestos of the different people. So how much of the data of those communities is captured by UBOS, and how else can UBOS push us to do things using data?
State Minister for Gender, Peace Motuzo, noted that government is doing all possible to close the inequality. She encouraged women and youth to pursue education, vocational skills and entrepreneurship as concrete pathways to financial independence.
Be discussing whether there should be gender equality or not. We should have worked on the dynamics long time ago. So we need to get back to our cultural systems, practices and norms and rule out anything that keeps women back. And women should also have an understanding to take the gap and the responsibility. It is personal efficacy that pushes somebody to achieve what they desire.
This year's Annual Statistics Week is being celebrated under the theme, leveraging innovations in data and statistics to promote a just, peaceful, inclusive and prosperous society for Africans. Rebecca Nantongo, Annette Sana for UBC News.
Residents of Semtor Sub-County in the Kaseke district have expressed gratitude to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the Chief Coordinator of Operation Wealth Creation, General Retired Caleb Akandwenaho Salim Saleh, for supporting them in the private land titles The beneficiaries said the land titles will enable them to confidently develop their plots, build permanent homes, and engage in income-generating activities.
A district, especially in areas of Kapeka, Semuto, Ngoma, Chikando, and the broader Luero Triangle was the cradle of the National Resistance Army bush war from 1981 to 1986. While the country gets embroiled in heated presidential and parliamentary campaign trails, we made on-site stalking, taking visits in the areas that were greatly affected by war in the area to document government service delivery milestones majorly in Nakaseke district ever since the ruling government assumed power in 1986. Our focus majorly centered on land ownership and acquisition. That seems to be the cornerstone of the new wave of wrangles in this part of Buganda region. Despite the wrangles, thanks to the Uganda Land Commission that established the land fund through government, which has managed to compensate many absentee landlords, and it has availed its quotas with the titles to own land legally from landlords.
The process was taken over by the Uganda Land Commission, Professor John Chigula of Land Solutions, who was working to get hand in hand with the local leaders, moving around to see that everyone's chibanja is covered based on someone's boundary. The
Nakaseke District Land Fund project has fully utilized the fund to acquire land from absentee landlords and to regularize the land rights of bona fide occupants.
What exactly happens is that government buys land from the landlords, especially the absentee landlords. Then it is registered with the department or commission, Uganda Land Commission, which eventually comes on the ground, surveys the land, subdivides the land according to the portions of the tenants, and then they are given or issued with the land titles.
The concept of the Nakaseke District Land Fund project, whose goal was to give more secure land tenure titles to people who have occupied land for a long time but did not have formal and registered ownership, was initiated by the head operation Wealth Creation, General Retired Caleb Akandwanaho, commonly known as General Salim Saleh, and started in Chirema, Chibubu, Chitutu and Basenero villages.
Government ab'ebibanja babawa ebyapa era bwe kyali ne bajjako pulojekiti kwetudde eka 224 eka ezasigalawo 6 ne zikolebwamu Uganda Land Commission ne ziteekeramu abantu ebyapa mu bibanja byabwe buli muntu w'atudde. Ng'ekigendererwa ekyaliwo omulamu mukulu kwe twebazaako General Saleh.
The Land Fund project in Nakaseke is part of a national strategy via the Uganda Land Commission to right historical injustices and was launched by President Museveni in 2018 at a function held at Chirema Primary School, where he handed over land titles to the first beneficiaries of the Land Fund. Over 300 Milo land titles were given to Bibanja occupant holders in the Semuto sub-county Nakaseke district.
First of all, we sensitized people, and people welcomed the program and appreciated the president. Being here is a historical area. It's where the president that gained power from. It's where the word that brought in leadership of General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Abantu bagenda tugula. Era kye twagenderako haje n'agenda kutugula. Ne tugenda wakaleka tugende. Twatuuka wali minisita n'atwanjula nti bannange nti gavumenti ebawadde egenda bagulira ettaka lino mufune ebyapa nga bw'omanyi era omuddugavu ogamba abasajja bano bayeka balina kye batwagalamu.
As part of this, there have been sensitization campaigns aimed at educating village and parish leaders and lawful occupants about their land rights and how to access the land fund.
I think it was the first project, if I may recall, where government settled people who were formerly tenants or sitting tenants of the land that was registered in other people's names. Over 200 titles that were issued by Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. Specifically, I think most of them got their titles.
The State Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Amos Lugolobi, has pledged continued support to mining industry, citing that it has the future for the country's economic development and transformation. Let's hear more in this report.
Uganda's extractive sector embraced transparency to maximize revenue and development of the sector and also support government's social and economic growth aspirations, says Aman Lugolobi, the State Minister for Finance. He made these remarks at the launch of the 4th Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative report.
You know, we are newcomers in the oil and gas sector. We want to make sure that unlike other countries on the African continent where the mining of oil and gas has become a curse, that we become real beneficiaries. And that's why Uganda has become a signatory to this transparency initiative to ensure that we account to that entire system, to show transparency by the operators, by the different players, the government, and everybody.
One is to appreciate, to accept to be assessed annually is an achievement. Because it's a culture for most governments, most sectors, most industries do not want to be assessed. And now we have seen that companies have come forward to provide data. Data about about transparency and about the parameters that they are being assessed.
The report provides systematic recommendations on improving transparency and maintaining the industry's revenue flow for mutual benefits. These recommendations were lauded by the private and public players in attendance.
And it is estimated that the country in place volume of oil is 6.5 billion barrels of oil, and out of this we expect about 1.4 billion to be recovered. This is dependent on the technology available, and therefore, as technology improves, we expect that even the 1.4 billion will be improved to something better as a recoverable.
We've really been playing a key role. We look at the deficiencies, what we think in policy, and we advise. We look at the deficiencies in regulation, and we advise. So, and government has been very good to listen to us, and some of our recommendations have found their way in the various instruments that government is using to regulate the extractives.
With the extractive industry indicating an improvement of 78% compliance, the EITI requires the disclosure of detailed reports that encompass full transparency regarding government revenue generated from the extractive sector, as well as all the significant payments made by companies in the oil, gas, and mining industries to the government.
And in sports, over 120 Ugandan Golfs stormed the Kigali Golf Resort and Villas on November 8th for the second cross-border leg of the I&M Bank Katogo Golf Series. Let's hear more in this report.
Dubbed the Virunga Challenge, the thrilling one-day event drew over 220 golfers from Uganda and Rwanda. The hosts used their home advantage to win the team event with 759 points against Katogo's 701, but Uganda's standout players Michael Kijambu, Serwa Noah Lusimbi, Captain Eli Mukasa and ex-footballer David Obua left a mark. Katogo captain Mukasa hailed the Kigali experience as an inspiring exchange that strengthened regional golf bonds.
It's amazing. Rwanda is fantastic to visit. The city is beautiful. The people are very welcoming. The golfers are ecstatic. So we relate very much because we always meet on several playing occasions. They come and visit us in Entebbe a lot. So I think this was just a meetup again of friends to have a good game together, and I think it was very successful.
I&M Bank reaffirmed its commitment to growing golf across East Africa, with plans to expand the Katogo spirit beyond borders.
Like we say, we are always committed to giving our customers a good experience beyond the banking hall. We are privileged to have our customers coming down and being able to give them a feel of golf out of Uganda. At I&M Bank, one of the things that we pride in, the solution that we offer, is BRISC, which is cross-border banking. So with bringing our customers down to Rwanda, it's our commitment to ensuring that our customers can do banking across the region.
The event climaxed with an all-white 19th hole party, complete with music, food, and laughter.
That's all we had time for. Thank you once again for hanging out with us right from 8 o'clock. My name is Patricia Nukumampango. Dorothy Namyomba has been with us on sign language. It's a good night from us.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Education and Sports, committed 3.7 billion shillings to the renovation of Busoga University ahead of its reopening for the 2025-2026 academic year.
Once again, my name is Lieutenant Colonel Engineer Peter Sekdemuka. The engineer in charge of Ministry of Education and Sports, government-funded projects. First and foremost, Busoga University was a private university. Now the government has taken over in fulfillment of His Excellency's promise to diversify universities to ensure that every region has one. So Busoga University works were given to us by Ministry of Education after coming to an understanding with the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs. A memorandum of understanding was signed on 3rd March, and works immediately resumed on 30th March, and the total value of works we are doing there is around 3.79 billion shillings. This is just called or termed as critical renovation. Why critical? Busoga University has 3 campuses, but the main campus is at Iganga. So because they have the intention of resuming or opening the university by August, they had to pick out some critical works. So and they did that at Iganga main campus. Other campuses are at Kamuli and then